Welcome back to the channel. Today we are out riding on one of Kawasaki's retro machines. Kawasaki have I think 3 retros in their range at the moment. This is early 2024 I'm recording this. They have a couple of Z models in the 650 and the 900 with the RS moniker. And then they have this bike that I'm riding today, which is the W800. This, in my opinion, is the only one you could really call a retro. It's an 800cc, sorry, parallel twin, standard bike. It is air-cooled. It's got spoke wheels. It's got disc front and back. But it just looks like a classic cruising machine. And it may remind you of bikes from the 1950s or even 1960s, and that's actually probably intentional, because this bike can sort of trace its lineage all the way back to a company called Meguro, who had a license to build BSAs in the 60s. Kawasaki went on to develop that into a W1, which was their first 650 twin in the early 70s. And then in 1999, they reintroduced a W650 that looks very similar to this bike, and updated it in, I think it was 2012, to the 800cc's we see today. But this is not some old-fashioned bike like your granddad used to ride. This bike's got all mod cons. It's got fuel injection. It's got ABS. It's got adjustable levers. It's got an LED headlamp. In fact, it's got a slipper clutch. It's got everything that you'd want on a modern motorcycle. So it just looks like a classic. And it's the perfect bike for a day out like today. These rural country roads are what this bike is built for. It's comfortable, smooth, adequately fast with its 47 horsepower, and immense fun to throw around. At the same time, feeling very steady on the road. It's pretty low. It's only got a 31-inch seat height, so it's very approachable. The brakes are excellent, front and rear. And as I said, it's got discs front and rear as well. So this is not some slouch in the braking department either. The gearbox is really smooth. It's a standout feature of this bike, and I've ridden a lot of bikes, and this is the smoothest gearbox I have ever ridden. It's really smooth. It is only a 5-speed, but to be honest, I don't miss the 6th gear. We're doing 55 mile an hour. I'm in top gear. It's doing just over 3,000 RPM. It's super happy, and I've got loads of power left over if I want it, should I need it to overtake or avoid something. So it's just great for that. The suspension is fairly standard. It's non-adjustable, conventional way-up forks at the front, and 2 rear shocks at the back that are just adjustable for preload, so you can put a bit of tension on them if you're carrying a passenger or some luggage. Both things that you could comfortably do with this bike, for sure. The switchgear is really well made. This bike feels like it was hewn from solid metal in so many places. The buttons, the levers, the panels, everything feels really, really solid. And then out here on the faster highway, it has no problem getting up to speed. And we're comfortably at cruising speed, very smoothly, very quiet, and enjoying this morning ride. Let's take a look at this bike in the flesh. Isn't she an absolute beauty? Beautiful red paint. Every year Kawasaki changes the color scheme, so If you don't like red, which I think was 2023, take a look at the catalogue and see whether you want the green or the blue or whatever other colours they may have done. But yeah, this is the bike. Let's take a look at but this is a very modern bike. It's got discs up front and back, it's got ABS, it's got a slipper clutch, LED headlight at the front. It's beautiful detailing on the 800cc air-cooled engine, which is just amazing. Fantastic switchgear, very, very modern. 47 horsepower, all the power you're ever going to need for enjoying a ride out in the countryside. And what can we say? It's just very thoroughly enjoyable. Out on a country road, this bike is really at home. As you can see, while we don't have a fuel gauge, we do have a low fuel light. So at some point, yeah, gotta go get some gas today. We can check out how easy it is to fill the tank. So we've gassed up. It was fairly straightforward and cost us all of $9.33. So 2.9 gallons to fill it to the brim. The light had been on for probably 15 miles at that point. So I'm guessing the tank is probably close to 3.5 gallons maybe. But anyway, we're gassed up. It's 0 the miles. And let's take a little drive through town. So as well as being a great bike out on the country roads, it's an absolutely brilliant little commuter and town bike. The torque is all low down. It's very pliable. It's almost impossible to stall, to be honest. And it's just such an easy ride. And being such a low bike, it's nice and stable at low speeds. Coming through the town of Mooresville, North Carolina here. A traditional American greeting for fellow riders. Can we stop it? No, we're going to have to stop. Kind of quiet for a Sunday, as you'd expect. A couple of eateries that are open, and not much else. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, the ride along this morning on this Kawasaki W800. I've given you some information so you can know a bit more about this bike. And remember to click the like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.